Hey everybody, what's going on? Joe's Neon here. Hey, a little something different here today. Okay, for a video. It's October 18th. In 2 days, I'm gonna be 51 years old. And I recently received a really special guest from one of my, or special gift, excuse me, from one of my viewers. My really good buddy Timmy Ledoux sent me a beautiful package in the mail, and I couldn't believe what he sent me. He sent me this really beautiful StoveTech rocket stove. So, Tim, I can't thank you enough. I'm so pleased. I've been checking this thing out. I've got it burning. I'm doing a little experimenting with it, and I'm getting ready to cook on it. So, yeah, that's what today's video is going to be about, the great gift that that Tim had sent to me. He sent me a really nice package with a really nice note in it, and he sent me some really cool stuff. You know, he's thinking things that I could use, guitar parts, really beautiful Grover oil-filled guitar tuners. Those are them little things that you turn at the end of the neck to tighten or loosen the strings that make it tuned or untuned, or yeah, you know what they are. He sent me beautiful ones. Grovers, those are the best you can get. Just got to clean them up a little bit. He sent me all kinds of good stuff. He sent me some Mardi Gras beads because he couldn't send me balloons. He sent me some sage smudge stick. It's like incense. I really love that. He sent me a really, really nice little gut knife that I'm going to be using this season. So, Tim, I can't thank you enough for my birthday gift. Very, very thoughtful of you. This was not cheap to send from Colorado to New York. Okay? Cost almost 50 bucks to send that thing. That thing's almost 25 pounds. Tim, thank you. Thank you very much. Let's get this video going here. What we're going to do is we're going to take the Dutch oven and we are going to cook moose meat. This beautiful moose meat from Maine. Very awesome. I can't thank our friends Chris and Holly enough. Thank you so much. Holly shot this beautiful moose, and when Captain John and his wife came down to visit us, Sissy, with Chris and Holly, they brought and they left us beautiful, beautiful Maine moose meat. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a moose meat stroganoff, and we're going to cook it on the rocket stove. But before we get going, priorities. Now listen, folks, I wanted to bring this up real quick. Y'all know what to do when you got a plastic six-pack holder or when you find one. Cut it up. There's no way any wildlife can stick their head in there. Fish, squirrel, muskrat, anything. Open all those holes up, just like that. Alright? First thing we're going to do, folks, is we got our nice clean moose meat all set to go. What we want to do is I've got flour here. I've seasoned it with a little Montreal steak seasoning. Take your moose meat right in the flour, okay? We're going to dredge it in the flour. Everything's going to get floured. Kind of work it a little bit here. Just trying to get that, all that moose meat all nice and coated, dredged in flour. What that's going to do is it's going to give us a real nice finish on our braising when we go ahead and braise it. Alright, so you can see I've got that all nice and coated. Can you see that? There, that moose meat. Alright, let me get a towel here. Wipe my hands off quick. Okay. Now we're going to get the Dutch oven on. I'm going to keep an eye on this on the rocket stove here. I don't want it to get too hot too quick. Or should I say the pot. I don't want the pot to get too hot too quick. What do I have here? I've got a number 8 Griswold 5-quart. Whoa, JC, you know it, baby. I'm going to pop that baby right up. It's got such a beauty. This is the deluxe from Stove Tech. Instead of 3 pot stands, it's got 6. Really super stable. You put a Dutch oven up there. All right, that pan's going to start warming up quick, folks. So what are we going to do? We're going to get a little oil on it. Then we're going to go with olive oil. All right. We got a good dose of olive oil in there. And we are going to allow that to heat up. In the meantime, while this oil is getting good and hot, just going to feed a little bit more wood in here. And get a little bit more ready to feed in. See, this is really neat. Do you see how this works? You just kind of, you've got this really neat little shelf here. Let me get you a little closer. And all I'm doing is sliding. I got some really nice ash here. I'm just kind of sliding it in there, and it's burning from underneath. See if I can give you a view of that. Yeah. So that oil is going to get hot in no time, believe me. All right, I'm just going to back this up just a little bit. All right, in the meantime, like I said, I've got this mousse. It's all dredged in flour. Okay. And that's going to put a really nice braise on it, but it's also going to give us a little bit of a thickening agent for when we actually make our stew. So yeah, I can see that this cast iron is really heating up. Big time. Big time. That's super nice. Hey, you know, I just want to mention to everybody, thank you so much for enjoying my series this summer. All the series that I have been shooting, I got to fix that camera. It's crooked, I know it is. It's bugging me. I've had a really great time this summer with all the videos that I've been shooting, and I've really enjoyed the response. You folks have been absolutely phenomenal in responding and watching my videos. It's just been fantastic. Thank you so much, really, for your support and just checking it out. So here we go. Our oil is nice and hot, so we're going to drop the mousse. Drop the mousse. Oh yeah. Now we're going to braise this up really good. We don't want to cook it. We just want to braise it. That's why we got to keep this pan nice and hot. Okay. That's fantastic. Yeah, look at this. We are cooking, folks. And in the meantime, what we got to do is we got to get some onions and mushrooms ready. So I'm just going to kind of bullshit my way through this. Talk as I'm chopping. Yeah, back to the series. There were so many trips this year. I've got a lot of new folks on board. Thank you so much for joining my channel. Welcome aboard. Really appreciate you being around. If you don't know what Shop Talk is, you will find out. You'll have a lot of fun with that throughout the winter. It's great on a nice cold Monday night. Sit down and watch Shop Talk with Joe. I usually shoot Shop Talk on Sundays, so you generally won't see it till a Monday. I love this garbage disposal here. It's great. So what do we got here? We got some onion, and we're just going to do a real simple chop on it. we don't want to make anything too fine because this is going to slow cook for quite some time. Okay? Wow, the mousse is doing just perfect in that rocket stove. What a nice, straight, consistent heat. That's just beautiful. Now, like I said, we are making mousse stroganoff, and I really like my mushrooms and onions. That's where I want to put them. Right there. Okay. So I go a little bit heavy on the onion because they tend to cook down. They really do. Before you know it, you don't have a whole lot of onion. But in a stroganoff, it's kind of nice. Is everybody enjoying the leaves of autumn? Can you see them behind me? Such a beautiful, beautiful fall afternoon here in the great Northeast. I am going to be doing, guys and gals, show us your colors. Shoot a video and just say, hey, Joe's Neon, here's our colors where we live. You might have colors, you might not. It's all cool. It's just really interesting to see colors from all over the world. I really enjoy that. So yeah, here we're really, it's almost like a quarter slice I'm doing on these onions. I want to leave them semi-big because like I said, they will stew down. Now I'm going to just visit this mousse here quick. Oh yeah. Look at this beautiful browning going on in this Dutch oven. Oh, Timmy. Wow. I'm going to add just a little bit more olive oil. Maybe I can just change this angle a hair. I want to make sure I get that. Couple more pieces of wood on the old chimney here. Now what I'm going to do here, folks, let me just turn you down here quick. What I'm going to do is I've got this little chimney that I've built for charcoal. I got some newspaper in the bottom. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to get this thing lit. Okay. That's it. It's got charcoal in it. It's a coffee can. I put a handle on it. Put newspaper in the bottom, bunch of holes. And this is my chimney that's going to light my charcoal. Because what I want to do is I want to braise the mousse. I want that to braise in the pot. Well, hello, Isis. My neighbor's dog. She's beautiful. Here's the mousse. It's braising nicely. Okay? All we want to do is put a quick brown on it. Brown it up quick. And then we're going to slow simmer it once I add the other ingredients. What's going on, girl? Go on now, I'm cooking. Go on. Go on. You know, I just want to show you folks this leaf. This is why it's so difficult when you're bow hunting or hunting in the autumn. You're trying to track a deer that you know you've hit, and there's leaves like this all over the ground. I mean, come on. It's just so difficult. This is really cooking up nice. Okay, I've got my onions all set to go here. I'm going to start working on the mushrooms. Now the mushrooms, I generally just like to quarter them because those two, again, will cook down to almost nothing. If you cut them too small, I quarter them. So what's going to happen is I'm going to get this moose meat braised. Then I'm going to take the moose out of the pan and I am going to go ahead and cook the mushrooms and onions right on top of the flavoring that is left behind from the mousse. And then we'll go through a deglazing process, which I'll show you. Not to use fancy words, but that's what it really is. So again, I'm basically just quartering these nice portobellos. They're the baby bellows, but some of them are pretty darn big. Alright. I'm just going to stir this here. Yeah. Yeah, folks. This is what I like to see. I got a real nice braise. Just going to watch my wood here. Now see, what you do is you just kind of slide these pieces in. Okay? So I'll start some more. Maybe I only need to start just a couple. And I'll have one ready to go. You know, you just keep sliding them in there. Braising mousse. All right, folks. Plenty of mushrooms. Now these mushrooms are bigger, so I'll cut these in to 6 pieces instead of just quartering them. You know, but we don't want them to disappear when our meal's all done. Wow, I'm really liking that. Very controllable. I was worried that I wasn't going to have